Hello, welcome to Wrestling in Mom's Basement. This is going to be the review for Raw, SmackDown, 205 Live, NXT, and NXT UK for the week of October 29th. I, of course, am Patrick Young. This guy to my right is my co-host, Joe Venuta.
Start off and roll. Baron Corbin came out and talked.
Kind of gave me a little bit of a mini heart attack, too, because he just walked out with the Universal title on his shoulder. Kind of a very bad taste in your mouth after you see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was your typical opening promo that hyped Brock and Braun, and then McIntyre got involved as well. Yeah, it's your typical on-entry. Yeah, he stood behind Braun.
No, that was like before. This was Braun power slam Corbin 3 times.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then Brock laid him out that 5.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, in my defense, they all run together.
And that, you got wrong, because that wasn't the opening segment that last week. That was Roman. The week before.
Okay, well, Braun segments start to run together now.
Yeah. It was okay, predictable. Just check that cash that check, bro. And I have Finn Balor defeated Lashley by DQ.
Yeah, the match was kind of the same as last week. Not all that interesting, but it is interesting to see that they did protect Finn, because no WWE, Lashley could have easily gotten the one and even it up, which would make for the rubber match for the two. Again, the match wasn't all that interesting, but it is interesting that they are protecting Finn.
It wasn't that the match was bad. The work was fine, but it was completely dull and lifeless. And the feud will continue for reasons that I don't know why they're feuding.
You don't cross Finn Balor. Literally, he crossed. He walked right by him.
And they are working well together, so. Up next, Trish Lee, Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Natalya defeated Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, Alicia Fox, and Mickie James.
Nothing like the show after an all-women's pay-per-view to do a 10-woman tag.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have no other plans for any of those women to get on the show. The match was good. It was well worked. It was also nice seeing Trish and Lita wrestle on Raw too. Yeah, the match was good. Just kind of an odd choice after an all-women's pay-per-view.
I thought it was the match that night on Raw.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was kind of slow in the middle. Leah looked a little rougher than she did at Evolution. Could have been the girl she was going to run with. The closing stretch was hot though. Up next, Elias defeated Jinder.
Yeah, Elias got under Corbin's skin, and then Jinder attacked him for basically no reason. Literally sneak attacked him. A wild Jinder just appeared behind him and just struck him in the back of the head, and Corbin said, "Hey, you guys have a match." And then the match happened.
It was nothing of a match.
Exactly.
Jinder dominated with his clumsy and lumbering offense until Elias thankfully won. Up next, Bobby Roode and Gable squashed the AOP in the Ascension.
I literally don't know why.
And that was a match that happened.
Yes.
But Bobby and Chad versus AOP has potential.
That does, yeah. But they literally won a match in a minute. But AOP literally has been destroying everybody.
Up next, Seth Rollins called out Dean Ambrose.
And probably the best part of the show in my book.
Yeah.
However, it didn't actually end up escaping with 0 flaws. Just sort of like how the promo progressed. Seth Rollins kind of felt a little too happy to start off with in my book.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, he should be thankful for the things he has and all that stuff, but a little bit more somberness than just excited just to be there to start off the promo. Pretty much it was Seth saying all the stuff that had happened over the last week or two, and that he wanted to call Dean out. Dean finally walks in through the crowd, and stays there at the top of the steps. Doesn't speak a word. Seth begs him to talk, and Dean walks away. And Seth follows him a little bit.
Yeah, I thought...
Kind of like a clingy ex-girlfriend, if you will.
I thought Seth was really good at the end of the promo, not so much in the first half.
Yeah.
And I was fine with Dean refusing to speak. And there's some heat. I'm not a fan of Roman being used, them using Roman so much in the feud right now.
Mm-hmm.
Up next, Nia Jax defeated Ember Moon.
It's one thing to have Nia beat Ember.
Yeah, that's a problem in itself.
Yeah. It's a whole nother thing to actually have it done in, 2-3 minutes?
3 minutes and 25 seconds.
And then it's a completely another thing to just have this match in the way for Nia so she can eventually get to Tamina. Yeah. Horrible ideas all around.
Yeah, not good at all. It was a complete waste of time. A complete waste of Ember Moon. As this was only here to set Nia versus Tamina feud.
Yep. I hope you can get past the probably could have been an interesting Nia Ember feud to get to the milquetoast, boring Tamina feud. Yeah.
What's funny is I don't think Tamina's ever had a feud in her life.
No.
Maybe one.
I think she had a pay-per-view match with Beth.
Yes, I mean...
But that's literally the closest to a feud I've ever seen.
Yeah, so that was 6 years ago about. Yes.
If she wasn't a bodyguard.
Right, yeah. Up next, Kalisto and Lindsay Dorado defeated the Revival.
Yeah, don't adjust your sets, I guess. Little Lucha House Party did debut on Raw. Wasn't really their debut, but that's what they advertised it as. My guess is why they did it is because they need a face tag team.
Yeah.
That can be pretty exciting. Probably wouldn't have done it on the...
Revival?
Yeah, I wouldn't have jobbed the Revival out. Well, it was kind of an even job, but still, Lucha House Party gets the clean win. Just kind of the wrong team to do that with, especially with Seth being the lone tag team champion, technically.
Yeah. Yeah, it was criminally short, but solid for our time it was given. Up next, Dolph Ziggler squashed Apollo Crews in the main event match overall.
Yeah, you know that that slight Apollo push that he received in Philly against Elias, and he interrupted him. Yeah, that was just your imagination. The interesting though was the last match though.
Yeah, this was a match that happened.
Yeah,
Dolph was overconfident and almost cost him. Like he wanted to have the crown jewel thing for a bit. And to the end of the show...
Although he probably wish he hadn't.
And at the end of the show, it was the DX and the Brothers Destruction sell WWE Sweet Soy money to Blood Money.
Dollar bill, y'all. Yeah, that was a very, very odd go-home segment for this match. It was pretty much Kane, Taker came out, talked about death. Kind of a very tone deaf too. That, Saudi Arabia just had a problem in the news with a reporter being killed by government officials and ambassadors and all that stuff. And also, right after, Roman said he has a diagnosis for leukemia.
Yeah.
Probably not the best promo to talk about there, but...
And Undertaker says Shawn Michaels and Triple H were getting old.
Yes. And then the week before, Shawn Michaels and
Troy said old is better.
Yeah, old is better.
Instead of matches being sold that they're old.
Yeah. That, it's old, but it's better. But yeah, Triple H comes out, gives the point toward Shawn Michaels on the stage, doesn't show up there. Kane, like an idiot, leaves the ring.
For a while, too. He took a really long time to get to the bottom of the ramp.
Well, it took him a long time to get to the bottom of the ramp.
It did. That's what I'm telling you. It did when he got out of the ring.
Yeah.
Triple H had to pull glow sticks out. Good for Triple H. I shoot glow sticks in his pants. He was throwing them out while Kane was getting down the ring.
Yeah.
Ah!
And then Shawn Michaels pops up behind Undertaker. Undertaker sees it, drives a clothesline, ducks, super kick.
And they were stunned.
And then Kane decides to waddle himself back to the ring.
By the way, shoulder ran right past Kane.
Yeah.
And
Kane decides to like waddle himself back into the ring.
then DX.
While Shawn literally runs circles around him and then gets back up the ramp.
And then DX is shocked. And Undertaker sits up.
And then Undertaker sits up and DX is shocked.
You're right.
You know, the guys that have wrestled Undertaker 5 times at WrestleMania are shocked that Undertaker sat up.
Tune into Crown Jewel.
Just very odd.
Tune into Crown Jewel, or if you have a brain dolt, but tune into Crown Jewel for the epic conclusion to this feud.
Unfortunately, we don't possess that brain. Dollar billion. This is the awkward silence portion of the video, where Joe tries to pull up the SmackDown review off of 411 Mania.
SmackDown kicked off with the house that AJ Styles built. Brian won his shot in the house.
Yeah. In a hot line at 2. Pretty much they open up the promo and AJ pretty much admits that he hit Brian on purpose.
Right.
Brian said he knew he did because out of the 3 people in the ring, he was the only one that wasn't the twin.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the one that he hit. So eventually, if you've been paying attention to the dirt sheets, Brian and Cena have pretty much said no, they don't want to go to Saudi Arabia. And this was essentially a way to get Brian off that show. So him and AJ have their WWE title match right there in Hotlanta for SmackDown.
Yeah, so that was how we got out of the Crown Jewel.
Yep. Finally, someone didn't want Saudi money.
Kick off the show, AJ Styles defeat Daniel Bryan to retain the WWE Championship.
For me, it was my match of the week. It's a toss between this match or maybe one match on
NXT UK.
On NXT UK. But I'm going to go with this one because essentially it was the pay-per-view match that they were going to have. It was very interesting to see the reaction Atlanta gave Bryan against their hometown boy. So that was kind of interesting to see. And Bryan and AJ pretty much tore the roof off the place, I thought.
Yeah, it was a great back and forth match. That dual spec. I love the work they targeted. Bryan worked on the arm, I believe, and AJ with the knee, which ended up being Bryan's downfall. And they were themed throughout and then paid off in the end. Up next, in a trick or street fight, Big E or Gangrel defeated Cesaro.
New Day came out dressed as the Brood. Kofi was Christian, Big E was Gangrel, and Xavier Woods was Edge.
Nice.
And complete with viscous fluid too.
Yes.
But yeah, it was pretty much New Day in the bar, and Big Show had a New Day match essentially.
Yeah.
Just a fun comedy match to say, hey, it's Halloween, why not have fun with it?
Yeah, it was solid fun with New Day getting some revenge for losing the tag titles. Up next, it's just Nakamura defeat R-Truth.
Yeah, kind of perturbed that Nakamura didn't get an entrance whatsoever.
He did.
On the Hulu version, it wasn't there.
Yeah, he literally came out and they just went a commercial halfway down the ramp.
For some reason, when I saw on Hulu, they didn't include that part. And then again, I watched it like a day later too. So, but yeah, it was pretty much R-Truth. I think finally got his universal United States title shot.
Yeah.
That he wanted by pinning Carmelo.
Yeah.
Yeah, the match was actually better than I thought it was going to be. Our Truth has actually been doing pretty well for himself recently. He's been overall a more entertaining character, playing off of Carmella. And in the ring, he's actually stepped up a little bit. I actually wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more of an elongated angle with Nakamura. Just get Nakamura another win. And maybe some interesting stuff out of Truth and Carmella.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was a solid back and forth match. Unfortunately, I just something the crowd cared about, though. Unfortunately.
Yeah, after the dance break, I don't think they really cared.
Yeah, it was kind of lack of crowd reaction that hurt. Up next, the champ or the man is here.
Yeah, Becky pretty much calls out anybody on Raw, and that includes the Raw champ Ronda.
Yeah.
Which we are getting at Survivor Series. But I'm highly looking forward to that match. But yeah, Becky pretty much cutting a good Becky promo.
Yeah, it was short to the point and good promo from Becky.
Yeah.
And main event, Rey Mysterio and Jeff Hardy defeated Randy Orton and The Miz.
Yeah, I thought it was a decent tag match. It just pretty much put 4 guys in the ring and had them be in a tag match. Holla holla.
Yeah, I was going to say the old school table break session method.
And a lot of times it actually did work out fairly well.
Yeah.
Like this one does.
Yeah, Jeff put up the one, right? Jeff put up the one and goes 619 Swanton com on the Miz, and then Orton RKO'd everybody afterwards. But yeah, pretty good match. The closing stretch was fun to build for the World Cup thing to determine the next CM Punk.
I'll never guess who it was.
You won't believe what?
Yeah.
Just remember CM Punk feud with all 4 of those men.
Even though if you're a loyal fan, you probably would already have seen our Crown Jewel review, so you would know who it was.
Yes.
And you know what? It fits the theme too. Saudi money. Here comes the money. We should have seen it all along.
NXT UK episode 3. Because as of right now, there's going to be 2 NXT UKs a week.
Yeah. For the time being.
Episode 3 kicked off with Trent Seven defeating Saxon Huxley.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good match. To start off NXT UK, both guys were very hard hitting, and Trent Seven picks up the win.
Yeah, solid back and forth match opening the show with a rowdy crowd that was invested.
Mm-hmm.
Up next, Flashmore Webster defeated Mark Coffey. Is it Coffey or Coffee?
Coffee.
Coffee.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought this was another good match from NXT UK. I'm actually really liking Flash Morgan Webster. He's very different in his style and his ring stuff, so he stands out. And the Coffee Brothers are just pretty much hard hitting dudes. Yeah,
it was a good back and forth match, playing off an already established rivalry from the UK Championship Tournament in June. Up next, Dane Burst defeated Sam Gradwell.
Yeah, the NXT crowd actually had a lot of fun with Sam Gradwell, pretty much saying there's a skid mark on his head. But yeah, Danny Burch pretty much proving why he should be near the top of the NXT UK rankings. Yeah, it was short and pretty good because they just beat the hell out of each other. And the main event, Zach Gibson defeated Noam Dar. Yeah, this was my second choice for match of the week.
Yeah.
This one was very good. Dar actually seems to be thriving very well in the NXT UK division instead of the 205 Live. Maybe because it's a little bit more technically based than just hard-hitting based, which I think will suit him a lot better. And Zach Gibson, the crowd's just having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Just hating on him. So, all in all, a good combination.
Yeah, it was a great back and forth main event with a little hot crowd throughout. And maybe it was similar to the Brian AJ match with the arm and leg work too.
Yeah.
So being constant throughout. And the UK crowds hate Gibson. And Dar played the great.
And then they put their shoes up.
Again.
If you hate Gibson, shoes up.
And Dar played great in Brazilian babyface here, so. Episode 4 of NXT UK
Are we just gonna clump NXT UK together?
That's the kid. For the time being, yeah.
Yeah.
Mustache Mountain defeated Sam Gradwell and Saxon Huxley.
Yeah, our second appearance in as many episodes for Gradwell and Huxley. But Mustache Mountain actually wrecks stuff.
Yeah, Mustache Mountain continues to be booked as two of the brand's bigger stars, obviously. Mm-hmm. They were both picked up singles wins and now won in the tag division. And they got a bit more competition than expected, so they'll put up the win in a good match. Up next, Isla Dawn defeated Nina Samuels.
Yeah, Nina Samuels, we seen her last week against Toni Storm.
Yeah.
Or, I'm sorry, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Against Toni Storm. And I wasn't really highly impressed with her, and this one actually didn't really change my opinion of her.
Nah.
I considerably liked Isla a lot more than Nina. But I guess she's good enough to get people a win.
Yeah, it was okay for Tom Jones.
Yeah.
That's Jordan Devlin defeated Tucker.
Yeah, and in our first appearance of Jordan Devlin,
yeah,
the student of Finn Balor even kind of looks like him. Yeah, I thought it was a decent enough showcase for him to show what he can do.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It kept a nice pace, and he largely dominated the match too, and got the clean win. And the main event, Mark Andrews defeated Wolfgang. In my match at night for this episode. For
that episode, yes, it was my match of the night as well. Mark Andrews actually pulling up the surprise win too.
Yeah.
And also, I also think it put Wolfgang in a better spot too. He's just a big, hard-hitting dude that he probably should be a heel.
Yeah.
Thanks to the addition of the Coffee Brothers into the post-match stuff. We did see Wolfgang do that.
Yeah.
So I think both guys are in a better position than they were before going into this match, which is more than what you can ask for.
Right, yeah. It was a good, fun main event that played with their styles really well. 205 Live kicked off with Brian Kendrick defeating Gentleman Jack Gallagher.
Yeah, I thought it was a nice in-between for their feud. We literally just got them turning on Brian Kendrick and Kendrick getting a little bit of revenge when they
attacked Tozawa.
Yeah, when they wrestled Tozawa. But this week it was essentially the continuation of that. Brian gets a little bit more of a modicum of revenge on Gallagher and Gulak, and then Tozawa came out to even up the sides.
Yeah, it was pretty good opening with Kendrick getting some revenge. And when I do like Tozawa and Kendrick as the uneasy allies with common enemies.
Mm-hmm.
Up next, Grand Metalik defeated Javier Botes y Medias.
Yeah, it was pretty much a quick squash for Metalik.
Yeah, it was a momentum building squash. So for Metalik for his upcoming match with TJP.
They gave him an excuse to be distracted too, as well.
Yeah.
Because TJP rips his mask off.
And the main event, Mustafa Ali defeated Tony to become the #1 contender to the Cruiserweight Championship.
Clearly match of the night for 205 Live.
Yeah.
You can literally say that about Mustafa. The man literally just overachieves from when you first heard of his name in the Cruiserweight Classic.
I remember he was alternate.
Yeah, he wasn't even in the original 32.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought Nice also did extremely well too. He's been getting a little bit more of a role. He's a little bit more of a big-time player on 205 Live now, after his short feud with Cedric.
Yeah, it was a very good match, and Nice has been locked in for the last month or so. Delivering some of his better WWE performances.
Yeah.
We've seen out there, man. Ali continues to deliver every time out. And he's just a great babyface. And next week, Blaine Murphy versus Mark Andrews. Because they're in the UK, and Mark Andrews is also part of the 205 Live division now.
Mm-hmm.
NXT kicked off with Nikki Cross defeating Mercedes Martinez.
Yeah, a good little fight from Nikki and Mercedes. Way more even than you would expect for an unsigned talent, essentially Mercedes. A short little hard-hitting match out of the two.
I hate that word to describe her.
Unsigned.
Yeah. You know, it was the longest match, and it actually wasn't my match yet, I believe it or not. NXT now.
Okay.
Was it yours?
No, I don't think it was.
Yeah, it was pretty good though, and competitive match, kept things over both ways looking good. For the soon to should be signed, or I will flip out Mercedes Martinez. Not unsigned. I can't believe she's unsigned. I just don't believe it. I just won't. I refuse to believe that crap. Sorry. Up next, the Street Profits defeated the Mighty.
Actually, I think this was probably my favorite match of the night.
Okay, this wasn't my scene.
It wasn't yours. Yeah, it was pretty much the Street Profits finally got their revenge on the Mighty. Montez Ford just went absolutely crazy with his athleticism here.
Yeah.
It pretty much showed off what he can do. He probably will be the star out of the team. If they separate,
which also what they should, but yeah.
You said it earlier.
I just said hypothetically they did.
Yeah, if they did, Montez is.
I don't think it should. Yeah.
Montez is probably going to be the Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
But the Mighty.
And he's got charisma from his wife, so.
The Mighty worked very well with them, and I think Street Profits have upped their game as well too.
Yeah, it was an all pretty good match. With the Street Profits considering runs, like Pat said, and Montez continues to look like a star. Up next, Matt Riddle defeated Luke Benzies.
I'm gonna guess this was your favorite match of the night.
No.
Oh. Okay. Anyway, I thought it was a decent showing for Matt Riddle. Maybe a little bit more even than I wanted it to be.
Right. Seems to be a new thing with the new signs.
Yeah.
Their first match.
Yeah, you'll have an even short match. You'll get in a couple good shots. It's not necessarily something I agree with in NXT currently. It's one of the few things I don't agree with.
Yeah, but it seems that Keith Lee, Mia, and Matt.
Yeah.
Matt had the least, I think.
Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, I think the stuff he did too was very impressive, where it would be memorable, essentially. So it essentially was his showcase. It won't necessarily hurt them, but I think there needs to be a less evenness in their first matches.
Yeah.
Especially to someone you're not necessarily going to use right away, either.
Yeah, it was okay for time Devin, but more importantly, came over as a strong energetic debut for Matt. The dude is a star, bro. And in the main event match, Daniel Brooks and worked to defeat Humberto Carrillo and Raul Mendoza in my match tonight.
I was going to say by process of elimination, match of the night.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good showcase for the newer team with Humberto and
Raul
Mendoza.
Yeah.
But essentially, it's hard fought, and Birch and Oni get the win.
Yeah, it was a good, energetic, and tremendously fun sprint. So that's what I was on match tonight. And the closing angle, Undisputed was doing wonder and the like promos, and the Warriors pulled out Cole for the curtain, and they started kicking their ass. They got the upper hand. Ricochet came in and saved them in the parking lot. Spilled out back into the Full Sail. Pete Dunne came out to eat up the size 4-on-4, and Regal announced 4 games.
And yeah, takeovers 3 takeover matches announced officially tonight too.
That, Alistair Black, John Gargano, and Velveteen Dream versus Sausage Chocolate.
Yeah.
Sounded like an okay card.
Stacking up to be a very good card.
Yeah. I thought it was a great segment to close the show and play off of all the weeks of angles that they did between the guys. Botch of the week. Raw.
Botch of the week, yeah, it's Raw. The whole show, just felt like nothing going on.
Yeah.
Especially 2 weeks right before Survivor Series.
Right.
You think there'd be like some semblance of something they would have interesting. But no, it's nothing. And they only have 2 weeks to build up the Survivor Series too, so.
Yeah. And show of the week,
Show of the week, I do have mine.
Yeah, it's between 3 shows for me, I think. Yeah.
Alright. So, 1, 2, 3. NXT UK.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did think NXT was strong. They had a lot of very good, interesting, shorter matches. But I think NXT UK just outperformed them. They didn't necessarily have the story, but I think just about each match was just as entertaining for the 2 hours that the NXT non-UK also did.
Oh, we're counting both NXT UKs, that's right. Damn.
It was literally just by the sheer number.
Hold on, let me think. NXT.
They were the winning brand.
It was between NXT UK, and SmackDown for me. Yeah, you had 25 Live was a little closer to roll this one. Well, I mean by that is it was like in 4th place.
NXT UK, SmackDown up here.
205 Live.
205 Live like down here. and then we're all like down below the frame of this picture.
Yeah.
Like almost the floor.
But that's not a good sign now. 205 Live's going down. It's just sinking shit.
I'm bound to have one bad week.
Yeah, this was a bad week, see?
Well, it's not really necessarily a bad week either, but...
It was an okay opener and a very good event.
Yeah.
With Raw.
Yeah.
The storylines advanced on 205 Live? No.
Yeah, they did.
No, not like Raw.
Mustafa is the #1 contender.
And like Lab on Raw.
TJP took the mask of Grand Metalik on 205 Live.
Don't forget about Raw.
And then Mike Knowles and him are going to join forces now.
Don't forget about Raw, though.
Nothing happened to Raw.
Shawn Michaels Superkick Undertaker and a show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put the NXT because they subbed the top 3 matches for TakeOver.
Mm-hmm.
Strongly. Not over this. We'll be back next Friday with next week's reviews. And Monday with our Monday Night War Week 16 to Week 16. And our,
And hopefully the tickle in my throat will be gone by then.
what do we have coming up? Starcade 2000 for the regular review, for retro review. I got Wrestle War 1992. And he's got No Mercy 2001. For Sunday. For Monday, so yeah.
See you then.